Well, it all started, the OCF charity, when I was invited to go down to Headley Court to talk to some of the guys and girls there about how golf could be a game that they could think about going forward. The first event we ever did actually was organised by the guys at Headley Court, and we had about 8 guys come down to Sandown Golf Club, where we had a sort of a couple of days session there, just introducing them to golf. And it was actually very successful. Quite a number of those people there at the first one are still members of On Course now. Well, we have just under 1,000 members now in this country. Obviously we have On Course Foundation USA, which is a totally separate charity, but we're got nearly 1,000 members there as well. But really it's all about, I think, when we're trying to get new people who might feel they don't want to come, just come along and try one of our introductory events, because you'll see that it's a game that you can really play on a level playing field, and one it's a game for life. Well, originally most of the membership in the early days were physically injured, but latterly we're having more and more members who are suffering from mental illness, and I think that golf, I originally thought, might be too stressful for people who are finding life tough generally, but in fact it has a complete opposite effect. It's very positive, and we've had some tremendous results with our members suffering from PTSD. Well, I think the reason it's so successful is that it has been successful and will continue to be successful, is we're getting these guys and girls out of the couch, out of their home, sometimes feeling sorry for themselves, getting back onto a sport which is a level playing field, getting back with their old comrades, and maybe even realizing that they're not quite as bad off as they thought they were when they're back seeing other injured servicemen. And I think the honour I got from the Queen last year was really, I was extremely proud of, but more importantly, I was proud of what the charity has done. Yeah, I think being disabled myself, I think it's made it easier, and I actually feel that when I've actually told some of the guys and girls that they could do this, being disabled myself, I think they can realize that I've managed to do it, and that with great respect to an able-bodied person could go up and say, you could do this. I think if you are disabled and if you manage to play golf, they do realize that maybe I have some experience, and what has golf done for me over the years is quite amazing. Well, the Simpson Cup started really the first one is in 2012, and the idea was twofold. One, to have a fundraising tournament that we could raise money for On Course Foundation, and we started by having the first one in TPC Sawgrass in America, and then we alternate with the UK every year, and in this country we've had some great venues. All open venues, culminating in 2019 with St Andrews, the home of golf. But I do think that the other thing, and one of the major reasons for starting it, was giving these guys and girls something to aim towards, so they can actually represent their countries in a sport again. What evolved was seeing that we could actually look at maybe getting these guys and girls into some form of employment, both part-time and full-time within the golf and related industries. And it seemed to me to replicate what happened to me. I learnt golf, and then I worked in the industry, and as far as I was concerned, I've had an amazing life. So I think currently we have around 250 chaps and girls in this country in some form of employment, both part-time and full-time. And I think the enjoyment of actually then working in the industry and playing golf. And as I said about myself, we've cracked it then. Well, I think hopefully we'll get more and more members, and I'm sure we will. I can see it growing. The successes we've had have been tremendous. And I think we will be getting, it's quite interesting talking to some chaps the other day that were involved with the Invictus Games and also the Paralympic Games. And if they're physically injured, you know, they can do quite a lot of damage to themselves over a period of 8 years. Practicing and trying to be the very best they can, and they incur injuries. And I think that with golf, it is a game for life, and there are less injuries to be had. And I think quite a number of people are realizing this and joining us to say it's a great game that we can play with other people on this level playing field forever.